Hello everybody, hello. Today I bring you on stage Santa Benga, this wonderful, super beautiful woman that crushes in business and everything. Like when you get to know her in person, she's like pure fire. Let me tell you, if you follow her and you will follow her on social media, you're gonna see like the mindset you have, and we're gonna talk about that. It's impressive. So Santa, thank you for coming on my YouTube channel. So I have a couple questions for her. As you know, guys, I'm bringing you every time like people of level, okay, like-minded people that make money, people that travel the world, and she built an international super huge business. So Santa, couple questions, quick ones. So the first one is, let them know who you are, and so yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. So yes, my name is Santa, and it's not actually from Father Christmas. I wasn't born on Christmas Day, so let's get the jokes out of the way. I'm actually originally from Latvia. It's a small country in Eastern Europe. I was born there. I was up until age of 18 in Latvia, and then I left for UK. But my story, kind of maybe just to give you a bit of a hint who I am and where I come from, I was somebody who was literally destined to fail. I do come from very humble beginnings. You know, I had a family. I probably can't even say I did had a family, because my mum and dad, my mum decided to go into prostitution. My dad decided to, you know, choose drink over children, and I was raised by grandparents. Like I said, you know, I was somebody who was destined to fail in life. Every single, you know, thing in my life literally showed me that I'm going to fail. However, there was one thing, there was always a dream. I do want something more. I didn't know how, but there was always that belief. And I still remember today how many people said, Santa, stop dreaming, you know, stop dreaming. So anyone
and it's funny because when you say that, I'm thinking of the people watching, and they're like, yeah, like it's cliche thing, but they don't understand how that you really felt it, like me, like every other successful person. Like they really told us not to dream.
Yeah.
Like they really told us. So I know it sounds cliche, but get that in your head, because they're gonna tell you not dream, you can't do that, okay, blah blah. Anyway,
yeah, so keep on dreaming. But anyway, I came here over to UK. I'm actually 35 years old. Young.
Really? Young. And at 35, like whenever you say that, I'm like, what?
I'm 21 plus
yeah,
the rest is experience, let's say like that. But I'm also a mum. I do have a 15-year-old boy, which sometimes I'm like, ooh, I know, I don't even believe that's my child. But anyway, I had my little boy very young, and again, you know, I went through, you know, some hardships. I'm still single mum, and I become single mum when Alex was only 1. So again, you know, it was pretty hard. I was in, you know, foreign country on my own with this little baby, but again, that gave me
because you didn't
strength.
speak English.
No.
Because now your accent is of course like perfect. So cool. And what about Latvia? So like was still you still have the passport in Russian? Correct?
Yeah, I actually was born at the time when Latvia didn't even exist. It was part of SSRR, part of Russia, and I still have my birth certificate, which is in Russian. I do also speak Russian, by the way.
So you speak English, Latvian, and Russian?
Yes, and I'm gonna pick back again German.
Yeah, because you speak a little bit of German.
Yes.
Oh, amazing! Like 4 languages. 4 languages, huh?
Anyway, so basically, let's go back to my story. Again, like I said, you know, I had my little boy. I was very young. I was super driven. I didn't know how I'm gonna do it, but I decided to make a decision and go out there and find work. I ended up actually working in government. I was working in council, but that did not fire me up, and I always thought, is there something more? So I ended up going into sales. I was actually, for a period of time, I think 6-9 months, I was somebody who was knocking on the door and selling TV.
Yeah. Selling what?
Selling Sky TV,
TV.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was tough. I was 21 years old.
And you were already here.
Yes, I was doing this here.
Wow.
When somebody says network marketing is hard, I'm like,
no.
No. Try knocking on the 100 doors. I had a list of 100 doors that I had to knock every single day.
Wow.
And get one.
Yeah, and you know what? I was speaking to a guy in Miami last week, and he was from Cuba. You know,
Yes.
Cuba. And he showed me the pictures when his parents went with a boat to America, you know, and he told me, my parents did the hard part. Now my job is to be successful. And I'm thinking sometimes of, you know, of some people that have, you know, like a fancy life, an easy life, and they consider themselves a hard worker maybe or something, which is nothing, you know, against you, but it's just to give you perspective, because really in this world there are people that came from nothing. And so especially for at least me and, you know, my original friends in Italy, we think like we live on the street, but you know, those kind of ghetto things, but actually we're very lucky. So never take things for granted.
No, absolutely not. I'm somebody who's actually was nearly homeless. There was a time that I was sleeping on a mattress and I didn't even had bed, and I had my child with me. And looking back, you know, like sometimes I think, wow, there is a saying, don't look back, but sometimes I do look back just to see how far I've come.
Yes.
And again, you know, somebody who is, you know, they're down there, I can always assure you and say there is a hope. All it takes decision, and you need to keep on going.
Yeah. So after that, you became successful with recruiting.
Yes, you know what? That was my actually biggest part of my life, my working life. I ended up in recruitment, literally by accident. Not accident, I think deep down. I remember the day I went to a recruitment agency and I thought, wow, that looks so fancy. I want to do that. I didn't know how. I remember I went for a few interviews and I had to go to 2, 3, 4 interviews. And I never realized, you know, what it is, what I'm going to have to do. And I ended up in recruitment with schools. And I still remember first time I picked up the phone, the school called me, can I have MFL teacher? Do you know what MFL teacher is?
No.
Modern foreign languages. So I was
like,
yeah, I was. And that was PE teacher. That is physical education, RE, religious education. So I had to learn all this slang, all this like how they speak in schools. I was only young. I think I was only still 22, but I was so driven for 9 years. I was super successful. I started as a trainee and ended up as a director in recruitment. You know, I was crushing it. I was top salesperson in office in couple, you know, various companies, and life was great.
And then
I thought to myself, is this it? And I was 30 and I thought, okay, so retirement age is 67.
What am I going to do the next 37?
And I was like, no. Even though I loved my job, I was super successful. My child went to private school. I traveled the world. So from outset, I was doing well.
Yeah.
But there was something missing, and that was time. That was time, fulfillment. And I thought, surely I'm destined for something more. And by accident, scrolling on social media, there he was. Network marketing. I was like, what the hell is this? I wasn't boom. First I was like, nah, this is too good to be true.
And then boom, educated.
Absolutely. And then I thought, you know what, there's absolutely nothing to lose but everything to gain. And as soon as I started, so many people actually start to earn £100, £200 a month. And I will be honest, I started the first Zoom call, first meetings, first event, offline event. I realized that this is it, and it's there for me to change my life. It's not there for a little bit extra.
Yeah.
I knew that I'm gonna make this work.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. You got some inspiration already. So Santa, a few questions. The first one is, you changed the narrative of your life a lot. That's like a cool question. I didn't even ask you in person, so like interview, but it's also a real one. Did you ever, like, how many times your past comes and knocks?
Quite a lot, I guess.
Okay.
I think quite a lot on a daily basis. You know, I am reminded of things maybe I overcome, and sometimes, you know, there's things coming my way where I kind of realize, okay, what am I gonna do? And it's all, of course, about mindset. And I think we all have things in our subconscious mind, what happened to us as a child, maybe, you know, some thoughts what mum and dad shared or grandmas, and we do keep these thoughts and think that's reality. But what I realized, and it is actually thanks to network marketing, because that was the first time I started to look into personal development, look into who is me, is these thoughts in my head mine, or these are somebody else's.
It's gonna take 3 to 5 years, and then it's gonna be done. So I asked this question to her, like a personal one also, because as I told you, it was a new one to her. This interview is not absolutely like, I'm gonna tell you these questions, and because it also needs, it's something useful for you. So your past is gonna come and knock for minimum 5 to 6 to 7 years. Sometimes it comes and knocks to me as well. And if you hear something, it's Max. Can we free him? Yeah, we can.
We can, yeah.
Yeah, Fabio, free him.
Can we free him?
I want to show everybody
No,
Max.
other way, I think.
The other way, brother.
Oh.
No.
Let's see if we can get Max, because I want to show you Max. It's impatient dog, but we love him. It's Santa's dog. It's super beautiful.
He is cute. Max,
you deserve it.
Come on, baby.
Come here, Max. Show you at the public, at the audience. Come to your mama. This is our beautiful Max. Huh?
Good.
Maximovic. So it's called Maximovic. Maxim. So, second question. You built social media crazy and massively and blah blah blah. So, couple pieces of advice to people about social media.
I love this, and you know what, I'm gonna actually share something and not many people know, but for me social media was always the best choice. Why? Because I'm introvert, and for me I thought if I had to build offline, which actually at the moment I'm loving offline, but first to start on social media I thought, okay, this is easy because I'm not actually meeting people. But on social media, my best top tips, I would say, number one, think about you as a brand. Decide what do you want to be known for, and then work on your content based on what you want to be known. It doesn't matter, who you were before. You can literally create new person and be real, be authentic. There is nothing sexier than being you and being authentic. If you are funny, be super funny. If you are serious, be super serious, because people, crave for authenticity. We don't want copies. We want real people.
Be like Max.
Be like Max.
We could do the hashtag. Be like Max.
Love it.
And okay, couple questions. What you don't know? Invent yourself the questions. What could I ask you?
What can I ask you? I probably would say, from mum perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's talk about. I'm a mum. Like I said, my child is 15, so he's not a little baby anymore. But I know I went through a period, mum guilt. When I was growing up, I always wanted a family, and in Latvian the model was mum is at home with a child, the dad goes out and works. But my situation obviously was different. I ended up being on my own. I was a single mum. So for years I had to choose career or being stay-at-home mum. Being stay-at-home mum meant I had to go on benefits, which is fine, again, no judgment, but I wanted to provide more for my child. So it was kind of like, okay, I had to, sacrifice time to get the money. But when I came across network marketing, I realized this is the best business for mums, for women. So let's talk about being a mum, which I think is super, super important topic, especially there are so many women in network marketing. I mean, let's be honest, we are crushing it. Well, not maybe the level the guys are, but we're gonna get there. Anyway, being a mom in network marketing for me personally has brought kind of different view, because before network marketing I was working in recruitment. That meant I literally had to choose career over being a mom. You couldn't really do both, and there was always this mum guilt. I missed sports days, I missed some school events, I missed morning school runs, etc. And I always thought there is no way you can do both. Where network marketing you can have successful career, and you can also being a mum, you can do the school runs. But personally for me also, it has been the fact that my child can see me work, and that has literally changed dynamics at home. The reason I'm saying that, for example, you are a lawyer or maybe a surgeon. you come home from work and you say to your children, oh, I had really busy day, it's super hard. They go, okay. Why? Because they never ever see you in action. You can't really take your child to hospital and show what you do. But with network marketing, my child can see exactly what I do on a daily basis. He can see, you know, how I speak to people. He sees Zoom calls I do. He literally is in, you know, network marketing world, and his respect and level understanding what work means has changed.
And also gets trained unconsciously, I think. It's a lot.
Very much so. At home, you know, there is Les Brown, Tony Robbins, I think Denzel Washington, he loves Will Smith. And I've realized, you know, listening, even if he says, oh no, I don't like it, I'm not listening, he still listens and he starts to repeat. So for me, that was a literally, I was like, wow. And it was actually Alex, my child, who said, why did you not do this when I was little? So I think, you know, my duty is to go out there and speak about this opportunity and give to mums, future mums, because it's life-changing.
Smart. Santa, we could talk about so many things. What's one thing you would say to all women out there?
One thing I will say, definitely.
Young, less young, less young, you know what I mean? For me, younger, you know, exactly.
All ages. I love that. One thing I will say, work on your mindset. Everything is in your head. And I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel that this success, I deserved the success. I had no confidence whatsoever. And I think that comes obviously from childhood and everything. But one thing I will say, go out there, work on your mindset. You are worthy. You can change your life. All you have to do is surround yourself with the right people, because the people will really determine how far and how fast you go. Yes, we can do it on our own, but let's be honest, when you surround yourself with people, it's a game on.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to change. I would say, you know, maybe women get more emotional sometimes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but what if this happens? Follow your gut feeling, you know. From a man perspective, we can feel when a woman is not following, you know, her heart, and is just doing things because she has to. No, but they told me, fuck that. If you feel something, you want something more, follow that, because whenever you follow that, you say that was the right choice, and whenever you don't follow that, it's like, oh, I'm not happy, I feel something, I don't know what's wrong. Follow that from a man perspective.
Gut feeling is always right, even though sometimes it will not make sense and you will think, oh shit, but how the hell am I gonna get there? You will find the answers, they will come to you, as long as you literally listen to your intuition. Your gut feeling is always right.
Thank you, Santa. Bye, guys.